It is time for another 1-minute market update where we talk about the two things that you should care about most if you're a homeowner. That is, how much is my home worth today compared to what it was yesterday, and how long would it take to sell in today's market. We are in January now, meaning that we are looking at the stats from December. We're in a new year, and because we're in a new year, we're gonna look back at what happened last year. And more specifically, we're gonna add one more data point, one more stat into the analysis today, and that's if I was a home seller, how much money did I lose every single month by waiting to sell my home? If you've been following along for any length of time, or you have just paid attention to real estate in BC in general, you know that it's been a pretty rough year for the market. Prices are down basically across the board, and in some cases have actually dipped down below the post-COVID dip when interest rates went crazy high and everything was chaos, basically. Very specifically, this video isn't a prediction for 2026. That's another video that we're going to be releasing, and depending on when you're watching this, it may have already been released already. If it is, there will be a link somewhere to that video, either up in one of the corners here or down in the description. Okay, let's dive into the numbers. Like I said earlier in the video, we're taking a look at one extra data point today. This data point is a comparison of the December 2024 HPI price versus the December 2025 HPI price. And what we did was we took the difference between those two numbers and divided it by 12. Effectively, what we're looking at is how much money you, on average, gained or lost throughout the past 12 months. Because people like to quantify in actual dollars what their home value is doing. I talk about percentages quite often, but it's helpful in a lot of cases to actually put a dollar value to this. So that's what we're doing. Let's of course start off with Burnaby detached homes, and once again we're looking at HPI price. You gained 0.3% from last month, but lost 8.2% from this time last year, and over the last 12 months lost about $14,500 of value every single month. New West, you are down 0.5% from last month and down 6.8% from this time last year, and lost about $9,100 a month in value. Coquitlam, you are down 1.4% from last month and down 4.6% from this time last year, and lost about $6,600 of value every month. Port Moody, you are down 4.2% from last month and down 4.1% from this time last year, and lost about $7,100 of value every month. Port Coquitlam, you are down 1.2% from last month and down 2.5% from last year. And the big winner as far as detached homes go, because they lost the least amount of value, down about $2,800 every month over the last 12 months. Maple Ridge, you are down 1% from last month and down 4.8% from last year, and down about $5,100 a month over the last 12 months. And lastly, Pitt Meadows, you are up 1% from last month, but down 6.1% from this time last year, and you have lost about $6,500 of value every month over the last 12 months. Now, of course, I'm talking about lost value every month. This isn't like you're losing cash, it's the perceived market value of your home. So if you're not planning a move, this number actually doesn't really matter much to you, but it is still an important note to keep in mind anyway, especially if you are maybe thinking about planning a move, because prices are expected to keep coming down through 2026. So if you are thinking about moving, doing it sooner rather than later might actually be more beneficial, just because, again, if prices continue to go down, well, hey, that means you too. And of course, if you are thinking about making a move, there is a link in the description. You can click on it and you can book a time to chat with us. It's no pressure. We just talk to you about your situation and how we might be able to help you make your real estate journey a successful one rather than a stressful one. Anyway, jumping over to townhomes now. Once again, starting off in Burnaby, you are up 0.7% from last month, but down 1.4% from this time last year. And you lost about $1,000 a month in value over the past 12 months. New West, you are down 2% from last month and down 7.3% from this time last year. You lost about $5,800 a month in value. Coquitlam, you are down 2.8% from last month and down 6.8% from this time last year, and you've lost about $6,000 a month in value over the last 12 months. Port Moody, you are down 0.5% from last month and down 2.1% from last year. and you lost about $1,700 a month over the last 12 months. Port Coquitlam, you are down 1.2% from last month and down 5.9% from last year, and you've lost about $4,500 per month of value. Maple Ridge, you are up 1.6% from last month, but down 4.7% from this time last year, and you're down about $3,000 a month of value over the last 12 months. And finally, Pitt Meadows, you are up 0.7% from last month and down 3.1% from last year, and lost about $2,000 a month in value. Okay, over to condos now, and unfortunately there's a lot of big negative numbers on this part of the video, but bear with me, let's jump into it. Burnaby, you are net neutral, net equal with last month, but you are down 6.4% from last year, and you've lost about $4,100 per month of value. New West, you are down 0.8% from last month and down 5.4% from this time last year, about $2,900 per month in decreased perceived market value. Coquitlam, you are down 0.7% from last month and down 6.1% from this time last year, and that means about $3,600 per month in perceived value. Port Moody, you are up actually 0.9% from last month, but still down 5.3% from last year, and you are down about $3,300 per month of value. Port Coquitlam, you are down 0.6% from last month, and you are down 5.3% from last year, and you've lost about $2,700 per month in perceived value. Maple Ridge, you are down 1.2% from last month and down 8% from this time last year, or $3,700 a month. And finally, Pitt Meadows, you are down 1.5% from last month and down 8.4% from this time last year, which equates to about $4,200 a month in lost value. I certainly hope that one day soon some of these numbers will start to be a little bit more positive, because getting on here every month and talking about how the market is dropping quite rapidly is a little bit depressing, but hey, at the end of the day, we can't control what the market does, nor can we choose the perfect time to make a move. So ultimately, all of us just have to make the best decisions that we can for our future and our family's future with the information that we have. Anyway, let's jump into days on market now. Being that it's December, well, the stats are from December anyway, and this is a typically slow time of year, you should expect to see days on market go up a little bit. There's just fewer buyers out and about as people are getting ready for Christmas or the holidays or whatever it is that they celebrate. So, Burnaby, you are up to 35 days on market. New West, you are up to 43 days on market. Coquitlam, you're up to 28 days on market. Port Moody, you are up to 32 days on market. Port Coquitlam, you're also at 32 days on market. Maple Ridge, you're up to 45 days on market. And Pitt Meadows, the big winner, I guess, 53 days on market. As always, I hope this was helpful to you. Again, it's a little bit depressing talking about how the market has dropped month over month over month, especially over the past 12 months, but it's important to keep informed as to what's happening with what is probably the biggest asset that you own. You want to keep an eye on things just like you keep an eye on your stock portfolio or any other investments that you have. You want to know what's happening. Whether or not you're wanting to make a move or not doesn't really matter. It's still important to keep an eye on the value of the assets that you hold. Anyway, that's enough for real estate for today. I'm Angelo with the Atlas Group. I'll see you in the next one.